Hello, Crest. Thank you for joining me today for our next Virtual Brain Boosters episode. Once again, my name is Jillian Perry, and I am the Resident Services Coordinator for the Highline Overlook neighborhood. Resident Services is a team of employees available to you, residents of Crest Independent Living. As you navigate both the joy-filled and the hard times, we believe in being approachable and responsive to your well-being. Every interaction we share, you can expect a warm reception, trusting that what matters to you matters to us. We partner with you to provide comprehensive information about supportive resources tailored to your personal circumstances so that you can make informed decisions. Because when we do, you have the opportunity to be heard and cared for, helping you live your best life. As a refresher, last month we focused on the topic of resilience. Resilience is rebounding from difficult challenges in our lives and not avoiding those challenges. It is important to remember that adversity is inevitable in all of our lives, but finding what works for us to stay strong and finding the positives in every situation will make us more resilient individuals. Resilience acts as a protective barrier to negative emotions and chronic stress, and can protect our physical and brain's health. If you did not get a chance to watch the previous Brain Boosters videos, or you would like a refresher on those previous topics, brain health basics and resilience, feel welcome to watch those anytime in MyErickson within the Resident Resources icon under the Resident Services heading. There, you'll find each month's video along with any supplemental materials such as follow-along guides and word puzzles that coincide with each Brain Boosters video. I invite you to reach out to Resident Services if you have any questions about Brain Boosters or other support group offerings here at Crest. Today we will be talking about finding our sense of purpose and meaning in our lives and how we can improve our brain's health and overall health and well-being. I really hope you all enjoy this topic. Feeling a sense of purpose and meaningful intention can help you stay focused on the things that matter most to you, like family, friends, faith, career, and more. It helps you prioritize your life, allowing you to walk away from certain people or activities that don't serve your purpose. It's a main driver to stay motivated when things get tough, so that you can set and meet short and long-term goals. And, maybe most of all, it makes you feel that you are making a difference in the world. Before we begin jumping into how we can feel a greater sense of purpose, let's talk about some of the health benefits. Feeling a sense of purpose can help individuals live longer. There are blue zones around the world, which are communities where people are more likely to live past 100. The founder of the blue zones identified that most centenarians, or those who live past 100, shared factors, one of them being a strong sense of purpose. In 2014, researchers used data that tracked adults over 14 years and found that having a sense of purpose in life appeared to widely buffer mortality risk across the adult years. In Japan, ikigai is a term that expresses a sense of purpose and means a life worth living. Associated with a sense of ikigai is a greater motivation to live and to experience positive emotions such as joy and love. In a longitudinal study named the Osaki study, included over 40,000 Japanese men and women between the ages of 40 and 79. Researchers asked the study participants one question: do you have ikigai in your life? It was found that those without a clear ikigai had an increased risk of mortality. Feeling a sense of purpose can also protect against heart disease. A 2008 study found that a lower level of purpose in Japanese men was associated with earlier death and cardiovascular disease. More research in this area showed that purpose is a protective factor against near-future myocardial infarction among those with coronary heart disease. Since this is Brain Boosters, of course, we have to discuss the benefits of having a sense of purpose on our brains. Feeling purpose can reduce our risk of developing Alzheimer's disease. In studies of thousands of older adults, a neuropsychologist found that people with a low sense of purpose were 2.4 times more likely to develop Alzheimer's disease than those with a strong sense of purpose. Further, people with a strong sense of purpose were less likely to develop impairments in daily living and mobility disabilities. In the Osaki study that I mentioned, there were plenty of positive outcomes for individuals who answered yes to their study question about having a sense of ikigai or a sense of purpose. The positive outcomes were that 77% of those who'd answered yes had self-rated health as good or excellent. 50% had mild or very mild bodily pain. 81% reported unlimited physical functioning. 69% of them stated their sleep duration was between 7 to 8 hours each night, and 22% of them reported low perceived mental stress. Now, it is all interesting to note that 66% of those who said they had a sense of ikigai experienced moderate levels of stress, but this study did not suggest the reasons for that increase. As you can see, just because you feel a sense of purpose does not mean that you will have no stress in your life or that your pain will go away. However, feeling a sense of purpose can mediate some of those negative experiences, such as stress and pain. Many people believe that purpose arises from holding special gifts and sets you apart from others. However, a sense of purpose is fostered and grows from our connections with others, which is why a crisis of purpose is often a symptom of isolation. Once you find your path, you'll almost certainly find others navigating the same road along with you, hoping to reach the same destination. Let's discuss some ways that we can develop a stronger sense of purpose in all of our lives. First, researchers have found that purpose and resilience go hand in hand, which is why we're doing this topic today after covering resilience last month. In the face of obstacles and setbacks, resilient people find a way to keep moving forward. Having a sense of purpose can help individuals stay focused on what they need to do when they encounter a problem. Purpose, in this case, is like the North Star, as it helps guide you when you don't have all of the necessary means to navigate back to where you want to be. Since we are all not able to connect with others as much as we would like at this time, reading can connect us with people that we will never know across space and time. This is an experience that research says is linked to a sense of purpose and meaning. In a study from 2010, for example, a researcher studied a group of over 25,000 teenagers throughout England and Wales and found that those teenagers who read the Bible more tended to have a stronger sense of purpose. Secular reading seems to make a difference as well, as other researchers found a link between reading poetry and a sense of purpose among adolescents. Not only can reading spiritual material and poetry be beneficial to us in finding a sense of purpose, reading fiction can also help. Reading fiction allows us to reason about the whole lives of characters, giving the reader specific insight to an entire lifespan without having to have fully lived our lives. By seeing the purpose in the lives of other people, such as characters in a book, there is great potential for us to see it in our own lives. In this sense, purpose is sort of an act of the imagination. So, if you're feeling a crisis of purpose in your life, go to one of the libraries we have here at Crest to pick up a book, as it may be able to help. Find a book that matters to you, and it might help you see what matters most in your own life. Certain emotions and behaviors that promote health and well-being can also foster a sense of purpose in our lives, specifically gratitude, awe, and altruism. Several studies have shown that the experience of awe makes us feel more connected to something larger than ourselves and can provide the emotional foundation for a sense of purpose. Generally speaking, experiencing awe by itself will not give you a purpose in life, as it is usually not quite enough to just feel like you are a part of something bigger than yourself. It is more important to feel driven to make a positive impact in the world, no matter how large or small. This is where gratitude and generosity come into play. Researchers have found that for children and adults alike, those who are able to count their blessings are much more likely to contribute to the world beyond themselves. This is likely because if we can see how other people make our world a better place, we are more motivated to give something back, which is altruism. In one study, researchers found that people who engaged in more altruistic behaviors, such as volunteering or donating money, tended to have a greater sense of purpose in their lives. Interestingly, gratitude and altruism seem to work together to generate meaning and purpose. In a second study, researchers had randomly assigned some participants to write letters of gratitude, and those people reported a stronger sense of purpose than those who did not write letters of gratitude. Think about the people you choose to spend your time with, which can be friends, family members, neighbors, or anyone else who you enjoy spending your time with. If you're surrounded with people who are making positive change in the lives of others or in the world, you might draw from their inspiration. On the other hand, if you're surrounding yourself with people that may be bringing you down, you may want to think about making some changes, as it is hard to feel passionate and purposeful when you're surrounded by others who are not interested in making positive contributions. It is so easy to stay quiet when you're alone while waiting for a friend at lunch or dinner, but I encourage you to try to resist that urge. Instead, take the time to talk to the people around you. Even though striking up conversations with strangers may feel awkward at first, talking to people outside of your immediate social circle can open your eyes to activities, causes, or opportunities that you never knew existed. You may discover different groups, places to see, or information about a cause that you feel passionate about, which may be a key in helping you find your purpose. Next, listen to what other people appreciate about you. As mentioned previously, giving thanks and being grateful can help you find your purpose, but you can also find purpose in what people thank you for. Whether it is friends, family, acquaintances, or even strangers, it is my guess that many people are thankful for you and appreciate things about you. Pay attention and hold tightly on to the kind words of others, as that can help you find and feel your purpose. Although there is no research yet that has directly explored how being thanked may build a sense of purpose, research has shown that gratitude strengthens relationships, and those are often a great source of our purpose. Consider the conversations you enjoy holding with others the most when you're meeting face to face. Do you like talking about history, or do you prefer sharing the latest money-saving tips that you've discovered? The things you like to talk about and the things you enjoy sharing with others may reveal the things that give you purpose in life. We all have the ability to make a narrative out of our own lives, which can give us clarity about how to understand ourselves and gives us a framework that goes beyond the day-to-day and basically helps us make sense of our experiences. One study from 2008 found that those who see meaning and purpose in their lives are able to tell a story of growth and change, where they manage to overcome the obstacles that they encountered. In other words, creating a narrative can help us see our own strengths and how applying those strengths can make a difference in the world, which increases our sense of self-efficacy. Self-efficacy is our individual belief in our own capabilities, specifically our ability to meet the challenges ahead of us and complete a task successfully. So, I have 3 questions that you can ask yourself to help you find your sense of purpose. To start, where are you in flow? For over 4 decades, a researcher has studied the concept that he named flow. When you're in flow, you're so fully engaged and immersed in an activity that you feel relaxed but also challenged, interested but not stressed. Think of this also as doing something where you lose your sense of time and you focus only on the task at hand in a positive way. Think about what types of activities bring you to this place. Are there parts of your day or week that you love? Are there hobbies that seem to make time fly because you're enjoying them so much? Are there people you spend your time with who help you forget your worries or future concerns and just be? Your answers to these questions can help fine-tune what resonates with you most deeply. Next, whose faces do you see when you think about love? Though not everyone's sense of purpose is tied to other people and relationships, for many, they are the foundation of it. Or perhaps it's not people, but certain animals that you feel a deep connection with. What does love mean to you? When you imagine the faces that embody it, who comes to mind? It is not uncommon for someone to feel that the true meaning of their life comes from the people they choose to spend their time with, or maybe the people you volunteer to help, or the community cause that you believe in. Love can mean so many different things to many people, but when you imagine what it means to you, it can often point you to the right direction to a sense of purpose, thinking about the reason you are on earth and the legacy you want to leave behind. 3. What are you most willing to put effort into? We all have different levels of motivation for different tasks, and some activities feel almost effortless because we enjoy doing them so much. So, think about when you actually enjoy hard work. Ironically, of course, it is those activities that don't feel much like work at all. There was a saying that some of you may have heard before: find something you love to do and you'll never work a day in your life. If you can imagine your patterns about what in your life you've worked for and have wanted to, it will help you determine what types of pursuits are most worthy of your time, energy, and heart. Remember that finding your purpose isn't something that can be done in a few days, weeks, or months. It can be a lifelong journey, and it can only be done one step at a time. So be patient with yourself. You might also find that your purpose changes over time, and you can most definitely have more than one purpose too. Keep in mind that your purpose does not necessarily mean that you will have to change what you're doing already. For example, a hairstylist may feel that his or her purpose is to help others feel beautiful. Or a school custodian may feel that his or her purpose is creating an environment that helps children learn. Others' purpose in life may be helping their children or grandchildren grow into wonderful adults. In conclusion, finding your purpose is all about what you feel is important in your life and what you feel passionate about. Occasionally, you might choose to reflect about what you're doing and whether you feel your path is taking you in the direction you want to go. If it's not, then you can change course. Sometimes the road to finding your purpose has a few curves, forks, and stoplights, and that's completely fine. Remember that this is a lifelong journey, and it is important to be kind and patient with yourself. Thank you so much for watching this month's Brain Boosters video. I will have some helpful phone numbers at the end, and I hope to see you all again next month.